Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order at 11:31 with a pledge of allegiance to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now, we'll start with Jill and have an introduction, please.
Jill Dunlap, Westmead Township.
Fritz Snyder, Vernon.
Brenda Schmidt, Crawford County Solid Waste Authority.
Roxy Fucci, Union Township.
Rosamond Moss, Asbury Township.
Terry Simonad, East Mead Township.
Rob Horvat, Vernon Township.
Amy Stedman, Vernon Township.
Renee Hayes, Woodcock Township.
Bob Waddingham, North Shenango Township.
Lyle Hoovler, Salisbury Township. Thank you all. Now, we're going to skip around a little bit. So, the SolSmart presentation by Zach. Zach, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, you're up.
All right, great. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Zach Wyman. I work for the Cadmus Group, which is a technical assistance provider through on the DOE SolSmart program. Usually, Jill, I think, has worked with Courtney, my colleague, in the past, who also works at Cadmus. And can you all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
A little bit louder if you could.
Okay, I'll try to kick it off. Thank you. So Jill's been working with Courtney in the past. She works with a lot of the Pennsylvania communities that are coming through the SolSmart program now. She's out, so I'm stepping in to just give a quick overview of the SolSmart program to the COG. Can everyone, did the slide transition okay? Don't do that.
No, it didn't. But they have copies of it. I printed some out and gave them to everybody. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Now it has.
Okay, perfect. A little delay. So the SolSmart program is a national technical assistance program through the Department of Energy, and it recognizes cities, counties, regional organizations, villages. Anyone can qualify for the SolSmart program, and it provides technical assistance at no cost. So far, we've worked with 400 and I think it's up to 470 communities now that have been designated through the SolSmart program. And there's up to 70 different credits and multiple pathways towards designation, and all communities typically get designated in a unique way. And that does accommodate, like a town will have one pathway, whereas a regional org or a county get designated with different criteria, mostly based on what is really within their control. So we don't require a regional organization to, we don't require it for a town either, but a regional organization doesn't get points if a town puts solar on their municipal building, but a town would get points for that because that's more under their control. So that's just a quick example. And as you can see at the bottom here, there's been quite a bit of activity for the SolSmart program in Pennsylvania already, with 15 bronze communities, 4 silver, and then 1 gold designated in Philadelphia. And sorry, I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but I'll just run through these slides pretty quickly, and then happy to answer questions and go back to anything later on if you have questions. So the benefits of solar development, I'm sure most of you are quite familiar with these now, but the SolSmart program supporting solar that's helping with economic development, increased property value, supports local climate change initiatives, reduces utility bills for constituents, among a range of other benefits to solar. And the SolSmart program's role in those benefits is really targeted at reducing those soft costs. So it's not a grant program. You're not getting a rebate for panels installed or anything. It's more so focused on the permitting, inspection, planning, and zoning elements of the solar development process. And the intent there is to streamline these processes to both make it more accessible and easy to understand to those who want to install solar, but also help the community really streamline those processes, so you're saving time and money from municipal staff that don't have to visit a site 3 times to do a solar inspection or have overly burdensome zoning code or opaque kind of regulations that make it harder to implement these consistently and efficiently. And as you can see, the graph at the bottom, a large proportion of solar costs in America is related to those soft costs, where other countries we've seen with far more streamlined processes are much lower on that administrative burden cost. So a quick overview on what this technical assistance entails. Technical assistance providers like myself, others on the CADMIS team, and then other technical assistance providers that are brought onto the program provide communities with a host of resources. We can do calls like this, host webinars, have trainings, and then also just make sure it's easy to find anything you need. We're often the go-between between, say, your community and someone else that's been designated. We can see what they've done to improve their processes in the past, and just make sure the whole region is kind of growing on one another, not making everyone go out and figure it out on their own. And in return, the SolSmart program really works best when communities commit staff time to working towards designation and demonstrate that commitment. So it's really a give and take. We're here whenever you have questions, help track progress over time. But it's not just a sign your name one time and then let the technical assistance providers take it the rest of the way. It really has to be a joint effort. And acknowledging that my slides might be a little delayed, I just wanted to give a real quick overview of an example of what the standard SolSmart pathway looks like. So every single designee through the SolSmart program starts with a PR1, which is the solar commitment letter, and it's just the basic outline of the town's goals and their reasons for pursuing the SolSmart program, which is it's a 1 to 2 page commitment letter. And then there's also multiple categories that credits are grouped into. Going back to what I noted before, those are focused on permitting, inspection, planning and zoning, government operations, community engagement, and market development. And those are slightly different for counties and regional organizations, but they all have the spirit of the credits is all the same. It's just tailored to what's in the COG's control versus a small village, for example. And the structure of how the program works, there's bronze, silver, and gold designations. Each build on top of one another. So there's 3 requirements for bronze, an additional 3 for silver, and an additional 2 for gold, and they just build on themselves. Bronze is more identifying issues and making sure the folks that are in control of updating permitting or a zoning code, for example, are aware that there's a potential opportunity for improvement. Silver is really training and beginning to implement some of those improvements identified, and then gold is codifying the best practices in solar. And I think this is my second to last slide, but just real quickly, for a standard pathway community, bronze requirements are that PR1, an online checklist for solar permitting, so it's very clear to folks how to get a solar project permitted, and then a zoning review where we go through the zoning code and just identify best practices and maybe room for improvement in the zoning code, and provide that to the COG or a town, city to review it. And there's also some minimum requirements, just so we are equally spreading our efforts across a broad range of things. So yeah, that's a quick overview, and typically how this works. If the COG or any communities you know of are interested, starts with visiting the website and just checking out the resources, which it sounds like you all have already been exposed to. And then we're here to complete a consultation call, so that can be requested via the COG through Courtney and myself or on the website. And then the rest of the process is kind of detailed here. We submit that written PR1 commitment and then utilize the technical assistance to get whatever credits you all have identified are of priority or of most interest. And then we work towards designation. So I just attached some SolSmart Resources on the lab slide, as well as Courtney and I's contact information, but can definitely apply for technical assistance through the website as well if you have any interest in that. And then any comments and questions, you can definitely reach out to Courtney and myself directly. So Jill, that's all I have prepared for slides, but can definitely stick around and answer any questions too.
Okay, thank you, Zach. Does anyone have any questions for Zach?
After the meeting, I will send out his contact information and copy him on the email like we had done, plus send out a copy of the PowerPoint, so if you want to share it with anyone, you can.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Zach.
So you can log off now. Thank you very much.
No problem. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, in administrative matters, I need a motion to approve the minutes of April 21st, 2022.
Make that motion.
Fritz? I need a
Second.
second. Bob? Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Robert, you're up.
Yeah, so if you've seen your package there, we have the treasurer's report. Little over 4,000 in the Mercer County State Bank. And coming up next, we're gonna need to ratify some payments for the website hosting, for the domain name, and for the insurance for the COG tire event. So unless there's any questions.
Okay. Need a motion to approve the treasurer's report as enclosed?
I'll make that motion.
Okay. I'll second it since no one else wants to do it.
So just to be clear, I'm a voting member, right?
Yes.
Okay, just
Okay.
because I'd be happy to do that.
Any further discussion on the treasurer's report? Hearing none? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. We need action to ratify a payment of $119.64 to Proud City for website hosting, $21.17 to GoDaddy for Dominion renewal, and $427.50 for USI insurance for the COG tire event. Do you want to do them separately, or do you want to do them all at once?
I do them all
Do it
together.
all at once. I'll make the
Okay.
motion.
All right. I need a second.
I'll second it. They're faster. Yeah.
Any further discussion on any of those? Hearing none? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Moving right along, we need an update on our COG tire event for September 24th, 2022, and Terry volunteered to give us a little update.
And it's little. It's, like you said, the 24th, 8 to 12. We have talked to the football team and the wrestling team, and they are hoping to bring their guys to help us. We have one truck coming. When it's full, we're done.
Right.
You know, that's it. So
12 tires is our limit,
12
right?
tires, yeah, 12 tires are maximum.
And there's a cost of $2, just so people are aware.
That I didn't
$2
see.
per tire.
There's a cost of $2. Can't be on rims, and only car and small truck tires are allowed. Hopefully, we'll have the fire police there to direct, working on that part of it. And I guess if there's anything else, Jill will finish up.
No, I think you hit, the,
I think you did a very good job, Terry, and we'll have to keep you updated on this and make you do it all the time.
I was just curious, the insurance that we're putting on that, is that pretty close to what it's been over the past years?
yeah.
I mean, you see so many insurances jumping, I just,
It's a little bit higher, but it's a one-day
That's
event,
just a one-
special event, and a lot of the companies, because we had gone back and forth, and a lot of the companies, they have a minimum. So
Right.
that's for a one-day event. And that was through USI Insurance, but Shanna Breezy helps, and I hope I have her last name right. I always say it wrong, but she went and looked, through multiple companies. She's like a broker.
A broker,
So,
yeah.
so she did the best for the one-day event. So thank you to her.
Okay. Now on to other business. Brenda, we're going to have you talk a little bit about TV and electronics, the recycling.
So it sounded like we had some questions on where your options for disposal are, or where to direct your residents. In the county, we have Lincoln Recycling, who does do electronics, so if you are in need of them, give them a call. And ask them about all the things that they recycle. They do offer a wide variety of things. Electronics, Best Buy definitely does. And I'm on their website right now. They have a huge list of things that they take, which is really very good. And the size for televisions is 32 inches on the diagonal, so tube TVs. And flat panel TVs have to be smaller than 50 inches. So they say for free, what I'm seeing on their website, but if that's true, that's wonderful, because we've been paying 50 to 60 cents a pound for those. It says 3 items a day per person, so kind of interesting. If you have paints that people want to recycle, if it's oil-based paints are harder to do, but they do have special product that you can buy at Home Depot. It must be like $1.50 for a plastic or a little bag. It solidifies it. You can't send liquid paint to the landfill. It has to be hardened. And for latex paint, you just put the cheapest kitty litter you got, stir it up, get it to harden, and put it out for collection. Leave the lid off the container, because if your haulers, they can't see through the lid, they're not going to take the time to take the lid off. So if they see it, they're going to leave it behind. Let's see, you said, so compact fluorescents, Home Depot, we're really lucky to have them. They also take a wide variety of products. So if you're looking to see, especially rechargeable batteries that go with equipment for power tools and whatnot, not the kind that go into your camera and whatnot. And Erie, they're close by, so there are places, and it's batteries, bulbs, and, what is it? It's on Peach Street. They do a great job. They replaced my screen on my phone, which is how I found out about them. And while I was there, I was like, whew, every battery under the sun is in there. So if you need to replace something in your phone, it's just amazing. But they offer a recycling program too for bulbs and batteries. So pretty good. I don't believe their program is free. But if you have questions, let me know and I can help you get directed specifically for what you need. A great loss to have. It was a great loss to us when ECS&R went out of business. We were very fortunate to have them.
Okay, thank you, Brenda. The only other thing I have to bring up is we was talking to Midland Asphalt the other week, and we're thinking about doing a fiber matting on one of our roads so it lasts longer. And what was his first name? You remember, Rose?
Mike.
Mike. He told us that they've been doing this through the COG, and we might be able to, if other people were interested, just like the blacktopping and stuff, we might be able to save money by doing it. So he said that he could be at our next meeting, so maybe we can set it up and have him talk and see if anyone is interested in it, because we're going to do it on one road anyway and try to get, and if I remember right, to come in and set up, they need 1 mile.
It's a minimum of 1 mile.
Yeah.
So if we could get more, if somebody is interested in doing like a test spot in your township for our,
So are you putting the mat down and then paving over top? or what?
I believe so, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Will they do everything, or they're just doing the matting?
No, they do everything.
They do
the way
everything,
The way I
is what
understand. Now, we'll have to ask him that question for sure, but I believe that's the way he,
I believe so.
that's the way he made it sound like they did everything.
But the idea is to keep the moisture from getting up
It
from the
keeps
ground
it
up through
from
the asphalt?
stretching this way and
You don't get the reflective cracking
Yeah.
from what's below.
supposed to, they swear by it now. I swear sometimes too, but. So it's worth a listen to anyway. I mean, he gave us a pretty nice presentation there and asked, if anyone's in the COG, and I said, yes, I am. And let's bring it up here and see. So we can run that for
Reached out to
October.
him to invite for the October
Yeah.
meeting. So unless you want to do the meeting somewhere else,
Oh, that's fine.
we
That'd be
can have
fine.
it here or a bigger place. I didn't know if you think there'll be a lot more people, we could go somewhere else.
Now, the road you're picking, is that one of your more high-trafficked roads?
It's in one of the residential areas where, yeah, it gets a lot of traffic.
It's in a housing development.
Housing development, and it's, how it was it done right when it was put in? I don't know.
Yeah.
But now we got to think about trying to save it, and this seems to be the way to do it. So, I mean, it's worth listening to his presentation.
Then something for next year.
Right,
Like maybe
right.
if people are interested, we could
Can move.
somehow combine
Right.
it with our joint road
That's the
bids.
finished
As an option.
surface on that?
Yes, I
When I
believe
talked
so.
to Troy made it seem like you could just put that in your bid. You know, I mean, when you bid out to pave, you would just put in the matting, because I'd already talked to him about doing that for some of our roads next year. Troy says it's expensive, but he says it's supposed to double the life expectancy, so,
And you could put it in as an option.
yeah.
Just like fibers or anything
Yeah.
else.
Right.
So we could definitely bid things that way.
Like I said, let's listen to him, see what he has to offer. Okay? Anything else to come before us today, before we,
I might want to mention the Cans for Wishes, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are dumping refrigerators and stoves and along the roads. And instead of doing that, if they call this or go on their website, Cans for Wishes, they will come right to your house and they will load them up and take them away. It's a very good program. It's a charitable cause, and actually, as I remember now, I think this Saturday in Sagertown, they're actually having a place you can bring your stuff to, and they're going to load them up and haul them away. And so I think if any township has an issue with dumping, that's a way to get to the residents.
Certainly.
And have them get rid of it, so it's a good program.
all right, thank you. Anyone else? If not, our next meeting is October 20th, 2022. And do you think we'd be okay to have that at the chamber, or do you want to go? Let's decide maybe when.
Yeah, I mean, I would say probably we might want to do it somewhere other than the chamber, especially if there's road people that would want
Right,
to come.
right.
I would just make it a little more
Okay.
roomy for people
All right,
right
we
off
can
the
do
bat,
that.
but
let's just leave that open for a little bit, and we'll decide that.
as it
Okay.
gets closer.
All right, need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Rob, second. Fritz? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Oppose? We're adjourned.